It was a plan so bold, so treacherous, that it could have changed the course of American history forever. A secret network of the most powerful businessmen in the country, a decorated war hero, and a plot to overthrow the President of the United States. This is the story of the business plot, a real conspiracy to replace democracy with dictatorship, a coup that almost happened. The year is 1933. The nation is on its knees. Banks have collapsed. Millions are out of work, and the streets are filled with broken dreams. Desperation clings to America like a thick fog. Franklin D. Roosevelt has just taken office, promising a new deal to rebuild the country, but in the halls of power, whispers of rebellion grow louder. Some of the wealthiest and most powerful men in the country see Roosevelt not as a savior, but as a traitor to his class. To them, his policies threaten their empires. The gold standard is gone, and corporate control is slipping. Their answer? Not elections, not debate, but a coup d'etat. But who could lead such a coup? They needed a man who commanded respect, a figure the people would follow without question, and they found him. Major General Smedley Butler, a two-time Medal of Honor recipient, a soldier's general, and one of the most respected military figures in America. If anyone could rally 500,000 battle-hardened veterans to seize Washington, it was him. And so, emissaries of the plot approached him. First quiet conversations, then direct offers. They promised unlimited financial backing, unlimited power, and a chance to save America. Butler listened. He played along. But he wasn't the pawn they thought he was. Because instead of joining them, he decided to expose them. Butler documented every meeting, every name, every chilling detail. And in 1934, he stood before Congress and revealed the unthinkable truth. America was stunned. The idea that its own elite had plotted to overthrow the government? Unbelievable. Names tied to major corporations, banking dynasties, and political powerhouses were now linked to a fascist coup. It should have been the scandal of the century. It should have led to trials, arrests, and a national reckoning. The alleged conspirators? Some of the most influential figures in business and industry. Wall Street titans, banking moguls, and political power brokers. Men like Prescott Bush, a financier with deep connections, and representatives linked to the DuPont family, known for their massive industrial empire. The names whispered in Butler's ear were tied to J.P. Morgan, General Motors, and the American Liberty League, organizations that feared Roosevelt's reforms and sought to preserve their control over the country. They were willing to back a coup, willing to risk everything, if it meant stopping the president's agenda. Gerald McGuire, a bond salesman with deep ties to Wall Street, acted as an intermediary, delivering messages and plans directly to Butler. The conspirators also allegedly included leaders from the Morgan banking dynasty, known for their immense financial influence, and the heads of major industrial firms who saw Roosevelt's policies as a direct threat to their monopolies. With funding potentially reaching into millions of dollars, they planned to use the American Legion and other veterans groups as their private army, storming Washington and installing Butler as a figurehead ruler. But instead, silence. No prosecutions, no consequences. The media downplayed it. The government looked the other way, and the names of those involved, they disappeared into history, their power intact, and their wealth untouched. But the lesson of the business plot lives on, because the truth is, democracy is fragile, and those who seek unchecked power will always find ways to seize it. The question is, will we recognize the warning signs before it's too late? The business plot was not just history, it was a warning, and we ignore it at our peril. The price of democracy is vigilance. Learn from history, question those in power, Demand accountability. Because if we do not stand guard, history may yet repeat itself. The fate of our nation depends on what we choose to do next. Thank you. This has been another episode of Almanac of Spooky Things. Like, share, and subscribe. And have a good night.